Hello, friends. So let's start writing playbooks, Ansible playbooks. Okay, because I have created only three videos about Ansible, so they are very basic things. Now let's uh, let's get introduced to playbooks. So what is a playbook? It's just like a story. Okay, play means story. So a story has some actions, right? Somewhere our actors or the heroes, the villains, they fail, they succeed in their whatever um, motives they set. Similarly, we have some motive, we have some aims or targets. So how we design a playbook? You use any notepad or any editor you like. I prefer notepad plus plus. I can show you. Notepad plus plus is a very excellent tool. But why it is taking so much time to show up? Did I click or not? Man, I need to buy a new laptop. Oh, it shows up now. Oh, what is that? Okay, I think I already have some. I was doing something, I think. So what is that? Anyways, so these three lines. So when we have our playbook, we start the playbook with those three dashes. Then one dash is here. You have two spaces and then the uh, hosts. So hosts, you can specify something like this. All. So hosts means your inventory file. Whatever default inventory file you have, all the hosts listed in that inventory file. You can specify some group, for example, magic, as it was appearing there earlier, because I have my inventory file and some hosts are there, maybe one or two, and I have grouped them under the keyword magic. Now, tasks. Okay, see, um, we can have many things at the top there. Okay, so we are learning, so we'll take the basic things first. Now, tasks. So, whatever tasks you are planning to do. So, first, this name means name of the task. Before that, you can do one thing just about this thing hosts. Go here, say name, a descriptive name of your entire play. Let's say, let us have some fun, some fun playing with Ansible. Sounds good? So that is the name of the entire play. Okay, you can say that is the top heading or heading number one. Now this name is your subheading. Okay, so the subsections of your play under task. So first task is start NFS and Apache services. Okay, but let's not do difficult things here. Let's say check uptime of the remote node or host server, whatever. Hmm. Now let's remove these items. So to perform this activity, what we can do in the previous lectures or lab exercises, I shared with you that we can use these modules such as command and shell. So let's use the command module and give the command name. What is the command? Uptime, right? That's it. So you can use that command and it will be executed. You want to capture the output also, then you can use either shell module. When I say capture the output, that means just run this command and capture the output on the remote host somewhere. For example, temporary directory and uptime.log, because shell module supports these input output redirections. Command module doesn't support. Now let's finish this task first, then we'll see other tasks. When I have finished my playbook, I can say that this is the end of the story by typing those three dots there. This is a very basic structure actually. Okay, you may ask, where do we define variables, where do we define scope and handlers and other things. Wait, don't worry. Loop, conditionals, we'll cover them, okay, in subsequent uh, tutorials. Or so let's do simple thing first. Let's first see if this is correct or not. So I minimize this thing. I type here the get uptime dot yml. Paste it here. It enter Control D. Okay, let's verify once. Okay, the contents are looking good. Now let's verify if there is any mistake in our coding or the syntax. There, see, we were executing Ansible command in the previous videos. Ansible, the word Ansible only, it is the ad-hoc command. So when you say Ansible and then you specify some inventory or host and the command, it is ad-hoc command. So you have to type dash there, then playbook. So Ansible dash playbook will run your playbook. Let me show you the difference right away. Ansible, just in case you forgot, you didn't see my other video. Ansible, my inventory, default inventory it will pick. So I'll just tell it that, okay, there is something called magic group of the hosts and run this command hyphen module command hyphen a uptime. Oh, it's taking time, too much time, man. I missed. Okay, 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 okay. No worries. Cool down, man. Well, so I have one more host there, probably. One host is this, another host is ending with pop dot 103. So that was not reachable. That's why it took some time. Anyways, so uh, this is the ad-hoc command. We are not running any playbook here, but this time we are going to run a playbook. So let's do that. Ansible dash playbook. Let it take the default inventory, and I already specified a magic data group. So I can just say this thing, playbook name. What is the playbook name? The playbook name is this. But before running that playbook, we can ask Ansible to check it. So hyphen hyphen syntax dash check. Check my playbook that if I have any typos there or incorrect syntax. Oh, no news is good news, but it says playbook and it is showing just the playbook name. So it is good. Zero means zero, okay? Everything is good. Now I'm losing my patience, so I just run it. Okay, okay. I know one host is not reachable, so it may take some extra seconds to finish. You see, first thing, play. The name of the play. Let us have some fun playing with Ansible. That is sitting at the top of the our script or playbook. Task. So gathering facts. Okay, this is the default task. We did not specify it, but Ansible is doing that by default. Our task is check uptime of the remote node. Okay, this is the second task. Actually, for us, this is the first task, but for Ansible, this is the second task. So first task that by default is gathering facts. So that task is done. So OK is there for one host. For the other host, it is not OK. It is fatal. Now, and the second task is looking OK for one of the hosts. And here it is saying to retry, you can use this. So what it means is Ansible has saved one file so that wherever the tasks failed, so only those hosts we can consider for a second run. Suppose I have 100 servers. On 60 servers, my work was done. So on the remaining 40 servers, using this method, I can try again instead of uh, running the same, playbook on all of them. Now, play recap. Okay, so this is coming from Ansible side. We did not specify it. So play recap is that on this operation was successful. OK2. OK2 means one OK is for the gathering facts. That is the default task. Another task is check the uptime. So both the tasks were successful. So two OKs we got there. Okay. Now changed one means something was done for this host. Nothing failed or unreachable. Now for this host, OK is 0. Gathering also failed. Gathering facts and the task we specified also failed. So 0 OK, change 0, unreachable 1 and failed 0. So unreachable because it is unreachable. The host is unreachable. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove that host name from the inventory. But for this exercise, I don't need to do that so that we can see that yes, some errors can also show up. Okay, for various reasons. One of the reason is the remote host is not available, not reachable. So this is a successful exercise for this session. Let's get back to this file again. Triple dashes to start your playbook dash, then two spaces there or tab you can hit. You can specify your tab space in Vim also. Now you see the first name is of your playbook. Then you specify what all hosts you want. Okay, if you want all those, just say all tasks and the first task. Then that name is the name of the task. Okay, as we just noticed, and then the command. Now we don't see the output of the uptime or we see it. Here we don't see it, right? But when we executed that ad-hoc command earlier, we got the output. We use that command module, okay? It doesn't matter anyways, but the output is shown here only. But in terms of playbook, the output is not shown here for command module and shell module. So what we did on the remote host itself, we captured the output in this file. So let's copy that file name. And it is on the remote host. And where can we find it? On the successful host, which is this one. So I have it here. Let me check. You see, the file is there. Okay, this is my host. Let's check the content of that host. I mean the file. So the output from the uptime is there. Of course, the same thing you can do by running an ad hoc command also. So let's run that ad hoc command again. This time I want to see the contents of this file. Okay, because it is found only on one of the hosts. From that host only we are going to get a positive response. The other one is not reachable, you see. So you can run any command. This time we use that cat command to check the contents of a file. So you see a contrast here when you can run the ad hoc command format, or when you can run the Ansible Playbook. See, when you want to do something quickly, ad hoc means for this purpose only, right? For something quick. So you use the ad hoc command. When you have multiple actions happening, go for a playbook. Let's see one more example. In the next task, another task, let's name it something like this. Oh, view the contents of the log file created in the above step, correct? You can give one line space there, you can put one hash also there to mark a comment. Okay, so this is an intentional, yeah, I'm doing something. This is an intentional comment without any official purpose. Okay, blah 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 blah. Good. Now maintain the sequence. Okay, this dash is there, then name. This dash is also in the same column. Okay, so you see column number 5, for example. Column number 5. So name. This is the name of your task. Now just here below the name, you go and specify your uh, module. This time let's use command, and then colon. Let's type the command. Good. Let's see what happens. So let's copy this entire thing. Get greater than uptime. I'm replacing that file. No worries. Okay. Now let's verify if the syntax is okay. We did not introduce any typos or mistakes. Fine. It is fine. Let's run it. By the way, I was hitting Control L to clear the screen instead of typing the word clear. I'll show you here. You type clear. It is Control L, all clear. Okay, so the first task by default gathering facts, which succeeded for one of the host, for the other one didn't succeed. So you see three OKs this time, because why? Why? Can you tell me why? First is the gathering facts, second gathering facts, second is your uptime command, this task, and the third is viewing the contents of the file. So for us, there are only two tasks, but for the Ansible playbook, there are three tasks. So on this hosts, all the three tasks succeeded. Okay. Now, where is the content of the file, man? Do you see the content of the file from the get command? No. I told you earlier that when we use shell command or a shell module and command module, whatever we are performing, usually the output is not showing up here. So this didn't help us, right? I just forgot that part. So what can we do now? How do we show the output from the command? Oh man, let's do this. Type this word here, register. Pay attention. We are going to use a variable this time. Okay. So variable is like, for example, contents of my file. Okay. So in that step, whatever the output is from this command, we are storing that output into this variable called contents. Now, another thing we want to do here is debug. Under debug, we want to say this message contains. You can also say just where for variable, but let's use this message keyword. I copy everything now. Is get greater than uptime dot YML. Hit enter. Paste everything in there. Now let's do a syntax check. Oh man. Oh, 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 oh. See, we made some mistake here probably. Oh, so many errors, man, so many errors. Debug, command, conflicts. Yeah, go here. This is a separate module. Name. Give some nice name here. Show the values stored in the variable. What is the name of the variable? Contents. Okay, let's see. Okay or not okay. For every module, you have a separate task. And if this time it doesn't work, you know, I'm going to say good night. Oh, it worked. So let's run the playbook. By the way, why did I say good night? Because this is not daytime. This is not daytime. What is the time you want to see? What is the current time? It is past 1:15 a.m. You see, in the middle of the night, I am doing this video thing. Once we realize that there are people like myself who do not work for money when we share our knowledge, our experiences with others. Okay, your likes, your subscribes, your shares, they also inspire us, motivate us, make us smile. The name of our play, you can say movie name. The first task, gathering facts. Okay, next is the command, uptime command, which we executed here with the help of that shell module. And then what we did, view the contents of the log files, but we used that get command and it didn't work for us. So we registered the variable, and with the help of that variable, we can view the contents of the file. But where is the content of the file, man? Man, I made some mistake, It is giving you a message and the message is contents. I know I made some mistake. But syntax check didn't tell us because syntax check thought that I'm using the debug module and the message thing that I want to print this message. So it printed out that message. The surrounding quotes it usually puts automatically there. So it it didn't understand that I'm using a variable. So I could use where word there, or otherwise what I need to do is go here, just put this thing. Okay, now it is fine. So double pair of those curly brackets we need to use to surround our variable name. See, without making mistakes, you cannot learn a damn thing about coding or scripting or anything. Okay, because we are not copying pasting from the internet, we are typing, so it is very likely that we make some typos or we forget some bracket or a word. It's this time I'm not performing the check. Let's run it directly. And we'll run it one more time. This time instead of the word message, I will use the word where and see what happens. I don't usually use that word, but I know. Okay, okay, okay. std outline. So whatever was captured in the variable is presented here. You see, the word contents is not appearing there. Whatever was inside that variable, the variable was holding a lot of things. Right, for example, the status of the task, what file it, what command was executed, delta, everything. If anything failed, return code. Return code is very important. Zero means successful. Any standard error or anything, no standard error, right? So no standard error is there. That means standard output is available most likely because RC is zero. So if you don't want to see all the details, the metadata, we can say, then we can just use the word std out here. You can say dot std out. Okay, you can say that also. You can say uh, this. No, this std out lines also. So it will give you a list. Okay, good. Now let's do this exercise once again. I should have removed that troublesome host IP. But I'm telling you, once a host is identified as not reachable, for subsequent tasks, it is not touched. You see, only once it was touched while gathering facts was being performed. That action was being performed. Okay, then subsequently it was not used. It was, marked as the bad host. Now, only from the std out, whatever line was there, we have captured and shown here from this host. See, now I go here and this time if I want to use instead of this word message where, and if I say this thing, will it work or not? Let us see. As I told you, I'm not using that keyword usually, so I'm practicing it along with you, okay? Even while making these videos, I'm learning. I'm learning to speak with you, talk to you. I'm imagining that there are so many people, audiences watching this video, and I'm talking to you personally. Okay, okay. Well, it worked. It automatically took that contents.std out. Okay, and whatever the content was there. So we did not use the word message and we did not use the curly brackets or braces as well. See, so both the ways we have tried along with the debug module. I can take it out of the picture a little bit. Okay, Mm, let's see. So you can use this module debug and you can say message or you can say where as well. Okay, now one thing is bothering me before we uh, say tata to each other. What is bothering me is when I am running this command here, why am I not registering the output? So I don't have to save it there. See, I gave you those examples so that you can learn that yes, using the shell module, you can perform input, output, or redirection. You can save the result on the remote server. Okay, so this example is very helpful. Now, let us do this. When we are running that command, you can use shell module or command module this time because we are not performing any input output redirection or piping thing. So run this command, whatever the output is, just register it into this variable name. That's it. Now our playbook becomes smaller and better. Do we need to check it? No. Okay, come on, finish it. One thing I will show you, one more thing I want to share with you, this gathering facts. Okay, so three tasks only this time. One is gathering facts, another is the uptime thing, and the third one is the debug thing. So the output is present there. Of course, you can just say contents with the keyword where. But we have seen the example of that method. Now, what I want to do is gather facts, yes or no. Because gathering facts takes some time. Now, let's run our syntax check. It's all good. Let's see what happens. Our playbook name, checkup time directly. We are there. Okay, so the default action is not being performed this time. Okay, checkup time of the remote host or not. Directly our task is being performed. So gathering facts has been disabled, the default action. Now the second task is show the value. So only two tasks, task and task, two tasks. So we should say okay two times here. So two OKs we got, and yes, we removed that STD out. So we see the entire thing stored in the contents variable. Now, can I ask you one thing? Just some homework for you. Using this RC0 without displaying the contents, can you take some decision? Like if my command was successful, then do this, otherwise do that. Right? On your own. Anyways, I'm going to cover it up in next video maybe. Until then, bye bye, tata, good night. Thank you.